Hello, welcome back. So in this session we will see what is a minimal set of functional dependencies and how can we find the keys of a relation. So these are the contents outline. We will see what is minimal set of functional dependencies and we will go through an algorithm to find the minimal cover. Then we will see an example to find the minimal cover using this algorithm. Then we will go through an algorithm to find the keys of a relation. So what's actually minimal set of functional dependencies? So in the previous session we have applied some inference rules to expand on a set of functional dependencies, right? We will get a closure of a set of functional dependencies. All the functional dependencies which can be inferred from the given set of functional dependencies. Now let us think in the opposite direction. That is, if we could shrink or reduce the set of functional dependencies to its minimal form. Okay, and still it is equivalent to the original set. That's our aim. So if we try to define this minimal cover or minimal set of functional dependencies, we can define like this. A minimal cover of a set of functional dependencies E is a set, so another set, okay, another set of functional dependencies F that satisfies the property that every dependency in E is in the closure of F. So we are given a set of functional dependency E. We will find its minimal cover F. The condition is that the closure of F should contains all the dependencies in original set E. Okay. And the property 1, already told property, is lost if any dependency from the set F is removed. That means the F should be the minimal level, but its closure contain all the dependencies in the original set. So if you remove something from this minimal cover, property 1 will not be satisfied. Such a set is called the minimal cover. And two more additional properties should be there. F must have no redundancies in it. We will see what is redundancy and all. And also dependencies in F are in a standard form. All the dependencies should be in a standard form. We will see what is standard form. So these four properties should be there in a minimal cover. The first step in finding the minimal cover, we have to find the extraneous attributes in a set of dependencies. So an attribute in a functional dependency is considered to be extraneous if we can remove that attribute without changing the closure of the set of dependencies. Okay, so first we have to find out all these extraneous attributes and we have to remove it. So given a set of functional dependencies F and suppose X determines A is a functional dependency in F, then an attribute Y is extraneous. Actually Y is a subset of X and we can say that Y is extraneous if this condition is satisfied. That means F is logically same even if we remove this X determines A and we are adding another dependency X minus Y determines A. So Y is actually extraneous. What we are doing is we will take a dependency X determines A and we will find a Y which is a proper subset of X, and we will remove this entire dependency and we will add another dependency by removing this Y from X and adding this X minus Y determines A, and F logically the same. If so, we can say that Y is actually extraneous. So we have to find all those extraneous attributes from our dependencies as a first step to find the minimal cover. You can see a simple example for this extraneous attributes. Suppose we have a relation R with attributes A, B and C and we are given the functional dependency set as AB determines C and A determines C. If we analyze this without finding the closure itself, we can see that A alone determines C, right? And we have another dependency A, B determines C. So actually B is extraneous, right? B is actually redundant. A is enough to determine C. So we can say that B is extraneous. Okay. Now, how to find extraneous attributes in a relation or in a given dependency? So, two different cases are there. Let us see first case. We have a dependency alpha determines beta. Assume that alpha and beta are set of one or more attributes. Case 1 is that this extraneous attribute in the LHS, left hand side. To find if an attribute A in alpha is extraneous or not in the left hand side of a particular dependency. So step 1 for finding this is to find the closure of this left hand side by removing this attribute A using the set of dependencies in F. And step 2 is we have to check whether this closure contains all the attributes of beta, the right hand side. Then A is actually extraneous. This is the condition. We can see an example for that. Suppose we have a functional dependency set as P determines Q and PQ determines R. We have to check whether this Q is actually extraneous in this dependency PQ determines R. So this is of the form alpha determines beta, right? Within alpha, we are selecting a particular attribute Q as the extraneous attribute A, right? So we have to find alpha minus A closure. Alpha minus A. Alpha here is PQ and A is Q. So PQ minus Q is actually P. We have to find P closure using this F. Okay. So P closure, if we are applying the algorithm, we will get PQR as P closure. Whether it contains this beta, beta here is R, right? Yeah, it's there. This P closure contains R. So actually this Q is extraneous. That is the second step. Alpha minus A closure contains all the attributes of beta. Then we can say that A is extraneous. A here is Q. So Q is actually extraneous. So by removing that extraneous attribute from this dependency set, we will get the new functional dependency set as P determines Q and P determines R. We remove this Q from this dependency. Now second case, case 2. We have a dependency alpha determines beta, where alpha and beta are set of one or more attributes. And case 2 is that this extraneous attribute is at the right hand side of a particular dependency. Okay. So if we are to find alpha closure using the dependencies in F dash, not F. Okay. So in this case, if the extraneous attribute is in the right hand side of a particular dependency, what we have to do is we have to find the closure of left hand side with respect to F dash. What is actually F dash? F minus alpha determines beta union alpha determines beta minus A. So we will change or modify this F. What we are doing, we will remove this dependency from this F. Instead, we will add another dependency in which the right hand side will be the remaining part of beta. That is, we are removing that something called extraneous attribute, right? A. That will be removed from this beta and the corresponding dependency will be added. Alpha determines beta minus A. Such a dependency set, we have to find the alpha closure with respect to this F dash. And if this closure contains A, then A is extraneous. Okay? And finding the closure, and if this closure contains the A, that is we are suspicious, our suspicious extraneous attribute, right? If it is there, we can say that A is extraneous, so we can remove it. We can see an example for case 2. Again the same thing here, but the dependencies are P determines QR and Q determines R. So we are suspecting whether this R is actually extraneous. Okay. So A is R here. So within this P determines QR whether R is extraneous or not. We have to check it. What we have to do is we have to find alpha closure. Alpha here is P and beta here is QR. Alpha closure is P closure. With respect to what? F dash. What is F dash? F dash is actually F minus alpha determines beta. F minus F is this one. From this we have to remove this. Instead of that we have to add alpha determines beta minus A. That is P determines beta minus A is actually Q, right? A is R here, beta is QR here. So QR minus R is actually Q, right? So we are removing this P determines QR from this functional dependency set and we will add P determines Q into this, right? So F dash is actually Q determines R and P determines Q. Q determines R is already there. This is the modified one. Okay. So we have to find P closure with respect to F dash, right? Using the algorithm. So we will get the closure of P with respect to this two different set of functional dependency S, P, Q, R. Whether it contains our A, what is A actually? R, right? Yeah, R is there. So we can say that A is extraneous. Alpha closure contains A. So thus R is extraneous, so we can remove this R from this dependency. So the new dependency set will be P determines R and Q determines R. This is how we can remove extraneous attributes from a set of dependencies. So let us get into minimal cover algorithm. Input to this algorithm is a set of functional dependencies E. From this we will form another set which is a minimal cover. Okay. So first step is we will initialize this F. F is our minimal cover. The initial value will be the E itself, the original dependency set itself. Then replace each functional dependency of the form X determines A1, A2, etc. An in F by the n functional dependencies X determines A1, X determines A2 up to X determines An. So using that inference rule, decomposition rule, this X determines A1, A2, etc. An is equivalent to X determines A1, X determines A2, etc. Right? So we can decompose this single dependency into n different dependencies. So all those are in standard form. All those contains only one attribute in the right hand side, right? So it is in canonical form or standard form. So that is the step. Then third step, for each functional dependency X determines A in F, for each attribute B that is an element of X, check if F minus X determines A union X minus B determines A is equivalent to F. Then replace X determines A by X determines X minus B determines A in F. So you remember that extraneous attribute removal, right? So in the third step what we are doing is, for any dependency X determines A, we will take the left hand side and we have to check whether there is some extraneous attribute B in this left hand side. If so, we have to remove this extraneous attribute. What we are doing? We will check whether removing this dependency and adding another dependency in which that extraneous part is removed from X, F is still the same. If so, we can remove that extraneous attribute. Okay. So that is the third step. And fourth step, for each remaining functional dependency X determines A in F, if F minus X determines A is equivalent to F, then remove x determines A. For all other dependency, if it is redundant, that means if we are removing the dependency, still f is logically same, then we have to remove those extra dependencies, redundant dependencies. Okay, you have to find all such dependencies and remove all those. And following this 4 different steps, we will get the minimal cover. Now we can see an example for this algorithm. Suppose we have a dependency set E as B determines A, D determines A, B determines D. We have to find the minimal cover for this dependency set. Step 1, we have to check whether all of this are in canonical form. Yeah, all these are containing only one attribute on the right hand side, right? So all these are in canonical form. Step 2, extraneous attributes. We have to check for extraneous attribute in the left hand side. Yeah, we have some dependency in which we have one candidate is here, right? So we can find whether some extraneous attribute is there. Okay, suppose A is extraneous here in this dependency. A is extraneous. Okay, we have to check whether A is extraneous. If so, we have to remove that. So what you have to do is remove this A, find B closure with respect to this dependency set. B closure, applying the closure algorithm, we will get BAD. And this BAD contains the right hand side D. So we can say that A is actually extraneous. We can remove that dependency from the set. So we will add another dependency by removing A from this. So B determines D will be there. So new set E will be B determines A, D determines A, both from the previous set, and this will be modified as extraneous attribute is removed. We will get B determines D. Next step is to find some redundant dependencies, right? So we have to find whether there is some redundant dependencies in this set. If so, we can remove that. So these 3 dependencies are there. You can see that B determines D and D determines A. So by applying the transitive rule, we can say that B determines A, right? So there is no need of an extra rule B determines A. Already from these 2 rules, by applying the transitivity, we can implicitly say that B determines A, right? So this is actually redundant. We can remove this. So after removing that extra dependency or redundant dependency, we will get the new set as D determines A and B determines D. We remove this B determines A because it is redundant. So this is the minimal cover for this E. So this set is now changed into this F. Both are logically equivalent. Okay. So this is how we can find the minimal cover of any set of dependencies. And let us see one more example. So we have functional dependency set G is these 2 dependencies. Okay. So first step, we have to make all these dependencies in canonical form, right? The right hand side should be single attributes. So we can apply this decomposition rule, that is IR5, to decompose this dependency. A determines B, C, D, E into A determines B, A determines C up to A determines E. Then we have the second dependency, that is C, D determines E. So first step is over. Then what is the second step? We have to remove all this extraneous or redundant attributes from dependencies, right? So all these are single attributes in the left hand and right hand. So we can check this attribute dependency CD determines E, and we have to check whether C is extraneous or D is extraneous. If so, we have to remove those attributes from this dependency. Okay, let us suppose C is actually extraneous. So what we have to do is we have to find D closure and we have to check whether E is there in D closure. So applying the closure algorithm, D plus D closure is actually D alone, which does not contain E. So C is not a redundant attribute or extraneous attribute. So let us check whether D is actually extraneous or not. So what we have to do was we have to find C closure, right? C closure is actually C alone, which does not contain E. So D is also not an extraneous attribute. Both C and D are actually required attributes. Okay. So there is no extraneous attributes. C and D are not redundant attributes. We cannot remove anything from this attribute set. Now going to step 3, we have to check whether any of these dependencies are actually redundant. We have to remove redundant dependencies from the set. If we take these two dependencies, A determines C and A determines D, we can apply this IR5, that is union or additive rule, right? We can combine the right hand side if the left hand side is the same. So we can say that A determines C and A determines D implies A determines CD, right? And if we take these two dependencies, A determines CD and CD determines A, by applying the transitive rule, that is IR3, we can get A determines C, right? So all these differences can be replaced by A determines E actually. So we can say that from this A determines E is actually implicit, right? So A determines E is actually redundant here, right? So we can remove that. So new dependency set, the minimal cover will be A determines B, A determines C, A determines D. Then removing this extra dependency, redundant dependency, we will have CD determines E alone. This will be the minimal cover. Now we can apply this union rule or additive rule again to get A determines B, C, D, then CD determines E. This will be the minimal cover. Now let us move to the last algorithm, that is the algorithm to find the key of a relation. So key of a relation is actually a set of attributes which can functionally determine all other attributes, right? So we have to find the key of a relation. So input to this algorithm will be a universal relation R and a set of functional dependencies F on the attributes of R. Now we have to find the K. Okay. So initially we will assign K as the entire set of attributes. Okay, all the attributes in R will be assigned to K. Then we have to find some attribute that can be removed from this set. We have to minimize this key set. So what we are doing is we will select each attribute A in K. Okay. For a particular attribute A in K, we will check whether we can remove that attribute from this key set. Okay. So what we are doing is K minus A closure will be computed. Entire set minus this particular selected attribute closure will be computed with respect to the set of functional dependencies F. Now, if this closure contains all the attributes in R, then we can remove A. Okay. Even if we remove this A and finding the closure of the remaining set, still have all the attributes in R. That means we can remove A. Okay. So set K as K minus A. And repeat this step 2 for each attribute in K. So until all the attributes are checked. Okay. So this algorithm actually returns one key out of the set of possible candidate keys, right? And there can be multiple candidate keys. Only one key will be returned after executing this algorithm. And the key returned in this algorithm depends on the order in which different attributes are actually removed. So each invocation, the key return may be different, depends on in which order we are selecting different attributes. Okay. So this is how we can find the key of a relation. So this is all about this session. Thank you.